Stocks like American Eagle, Kohl's, Open Door, Krispy Kreme, and GoPro all up double digits this week. But what's fueling this surge? Is this a sign of renewed retail confidence or summer overheating?
That there's a undercurrent of retail enthusiasm that has been growing all along. Individual investors learned to embrace risk, and they did so wonderfully. They were the ones really stepping in April. But what happens is the lesson that's been learned now is the more risk you take, the more risk you seek, the more it pays off. If you keep throwing darts at a dartboard and you keep hitting the bullseye, you're going to keep throwing those darts. And that's what we've seen now. This is just the latest in a series of risk-on type of moves. Last time I was on with the show, I sort of shocked Morgan by using the phrase flight to crap. I said, I think we're starting to see signs of it. I think this is a bigger sign of it. And that's not necessarily a bad thing, but it shows that individuals are taking on ever more risk in search of returns. Risk equals returns now, not the potential for loss to a lot of people.
Well, Steve, if it is a flight to crap, it's fully booked. So what should investors do, especially given the margin levels that we see out there? Is there a place to hide?
Well, the place to hide is basically in more defensive sectors or cash or short-term fixed income. Those are always the places to hide, and they are earning you actual real money. Despite the president trying to jawbone the Fed lower, they're not cutting rates at this next week, and they're probably, and the likelihood of them doing so in a meaningful way is relatively small. Maybe a cut here, maybe a cut there. Those are places that you can hide. What I wouldn't be doing is chasing the next meme stock on the open. That's been the worst trade that people could do, because the way we've seen these trades set up is people buying calls the day before in low-priced, heavily shorted names that have good name recognition. Then they take off on the open the next day, and that's basically the people who are left holding the bag. And so that's what I would not want to be doing. What I would want to be doing is sticking to knitting, looking for stocks with dividends, looking for stocks that have solid earnings, not just the hot story of